Gold currency economy. Have you ever noticed how a tiny number in the corner of your screen somehow decides what you're doing for the next 3 hours? You don't think about it. You just follow it. Earn gold, spend gold, repeat. It feels natural because it mirrors something familiar. But here's the trick. Gold isn't powerful because you gain it. It's powerful because you keep losing it. Repairs eat into it. Upgrades demand more. Even fast travel takes a cut. These aren't annoyances, they're intentional leaks. Take them away and suddenly you're rich in a world where nothing feels worth buying. Games like Skyrim use this constantly, keeping you just a little short so you always have something to chase. You can almost imagine the designers asking, how do we keep players wanting just one more thing? Designing this means keeping gold moving, not piling up. So here's a fun one. What if GTA suddenly made you pay for gas, repairs, and parking every time? Would you still be cruising around for fun? Dual currency economy. A designer once joked, players don't pay for items, they pay to stop waiting. One currency feels like pocket change, the other feels like you should probably save it just in case. You earn one, you protect the other. And the game keeps nudging you with a simple choice. Wait it out or speed things up. Games like Fortnite do this really smoothly. V-Bucks don't replace the game, they just make parts of it faster or flashier. Somewhere along the way, the question was probably, how do we let people spend money without making everyone else feel left out? Designing this is all about balance. Both paths need to feel fair. So imagine this. What if Elden Ring let you just buy levels instantly? Would beating a boss still feel amazing, or just kind of bought? Resource-based economy. Why does collecting a bunch of basic stuff feel oddly satisfying, but being stuck on one missing item feels like the worst thing ever? It's because resource systems are built on trust. You do the work, you get the reward. Games like Minecraft absolutely nail this. You can almost picture the designers thinking, how do we make every small action feel useful? Designing this means keeping things flowing so players don't feel stuck. So think about this. What if Call of Duty made you chop wood and mine stone before every match? Are you still playing or uninstalling immediately? Loot-driven economy. You know that tiny moment after beating an enemy where you lean in a little, just waiting to see what drops? That's the whole system working. Loot isn't about getting rewards, it's about what you might get. And that maybe this time feeling is strong. Games like Diablo built their entire identity on that loop, turning every enemy into a potential jackpot. But here's the catch. Too random, and it feels unfair. Not random enough, and it gets boring fast. Designers are constantly tweaking things behind the scenes, so it feels exciting without feeling hopeless. So what's really keeping you there? It's that tiny spark of possibility. Designing this means making sure players always feel like they're getting closer. So imagine this. What if The Last of Us had random loot drops for everything? Would that make it more fun, or just completely ruin the vibe? Crafting economy. There's a big difference between finding something cool and making it yourself. One feels lucky, the other feels earned. Crafting flips the whole experience. You're not waiting for rewards, you're working toward them. Games like Final Fantasy XIV go deep into this, where crafting is basically its own career path. But it's a tricky balance. Too easy, and it feels pointless. Too grindy, and it feels like a job. Somewhere in development, the question was probably, how do we make players feel proud of what they make? Designing this means hitting that sweet spot where effort feels worth it. So think about this. What if Apex Legends let you craft your own guns mid-match? Genius idea or absolute chaos? Energy-based economy. Ever been really into a game and suddenly it goes, "That's enough for today"? Annoying, right? But also kind of clever. Energy systems aren't there to stop you. They're there to get you to come back later. Instead of playing for hours straight, you play a bit, leave, and return again. Games like Candy Crush built entire player habits around this. You can almost hear the designers asking, how do we make this part of someone's daily routine? But there's a line. If it feels natural, it works. If it feels forced, people just quit. So imagine this. What if GTA only let you play for 20 minutes a day? Are you coming back tomorrow? Or never opening? Battle Pass economy. It's kind of funny how a simple progress bar can make you say, all right, just one more game. Battle Passes turn that feeling into a whole system. Every match, every action, pushes you forward just a little bit. Games like Fortnite absolutely nailed this, making every session feel like it counts towards something bigger. You can almost picture the devs thinking, how do we make players feel like they're always making progress? But pacing is everything. Too slow, and it feels like a grind. Too fast, and you're done before you even care. Designing this means stretching progress just enough to keep players hooked. So here's a thought. What if a story game like God of War had a battle pass? Are you grinding side quests, or just trying to save the world? Gacha economy. Why do people keep trying their luck, even when they know the odds aren't great? Because there's always that tiny chance. Gacha systems run on that feeling, the idea that the next try could be the one. Games like Genshin Impact make this work by mixing randomness with guarantees, so players don't feel completely stuck. Somewhere in design, the big question was probably, how do we keep this exciting without making it frustrating? Designing Gacha is all about that balance. Chance on one side, fairness on the other. So imagine this. What if your favorite competitive game locked its best characters behind random polls? Are you excited or instantly uninstalling?